Bueno, ¿cómo está mi gente? Today I'm going to reflect on the Upper West Side. I'm talking about like from 72nd Street all the way up to 85th Street. Este, cuando I was in a colegio, I was in a place called Highland State Training School for Boys, right? In Highland, New York. And I did my time up there, and then came into the city. When I came into the city, we moved. My mother moved to 85th Street, and then from 85th we moved to 82nd, between Riverside and West End. Then I went to IS 44, and going to that school, I was cool, chilly. I was on parole, young kid on parole. My Miss Collins was my teacher in class 7-9. Again, I was real cool. I didn't want to violate. I did my thing. I even got a little job working for Western Union with working papers and all that. And then as time went by, I started hanging out with people from the hood on 85th Street. And that's when I met the president of the Seven Diamonds. His name was Tony Pagan, and his brother Jimmy Pagan Rivera. And it was a pretty cool little clique we had and stuff like that. And that's how I knew about the Upper West Side, about gangs. Period. Okay, I'm gonna call off the name of the gangs. Maybe some of you people know. I'm gonna start with maybe where the projects is, Amsterdam Projects. I think there was a gang called the Persian Kings, and then as you moved up, like around 78th Street, there was the Justice. On 80th Street, there was, no, 81st Street, Enchanted Angels. 83rd and 84th, you had the Royal Bishops, Tiger and Louis and Johnny. And then on 84th Street again, between Amsterdam and Columbus, you had the Buccaneers. Eran unos locos de carajo, but I loved them, man. Some of them were real close to me, real good friends. Let me see. Oh, on 84th Street again, between um, Broadway and Amsterdam, you had the Vampires, which I became un vampiro after I left the Seven Diamonds. A little further up, you had the Rebels. They were on 87th Street. Then you had the Young Kings on 96th Street. I'm just giving you a history of la ganga que yo conocía, gente que yo conocía. The Hellburners, I think the Hellburners were on 89th Street. My boy was the president. His name was Fiddy Perez. He was in Highland with me. Um, I don't know. I was kind of weird because I knew a lot of people who were head of gangs, like the Unknowns. My boy Samuel and his cousin Chino Baron. They call him Baron. Uh, I knew. I think he was the president of the what was it? Sportsman's Avenue D. His name was Blair, and Francis changed his name to Carnation. Anyway, I started knowing I started knowing Baldy from the Forsyth Boys, Frenchie, Eastman, um, the Bopping Ballerinos. I knew the brother of damn Muggsy. We were real cool, man. They shot him, they killed him, shotgun. Let me see what else. Basically, then I knew gangs from the Bronx. I'm talking about the 60s, right? I knew brothers from the Royal Crowns, and then the Royal Crowns, they broke up. Some of them became ministers. I was a minister on Simpson Street. My boy Indio was the president. I heard that he got killed. I think Eddie and Tony Cuchifrito, they were Criterions. My brother was one of them. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. Curry Street Boys. I knew Spam and them people. I met them. I met them by accident, but I knew a lot of people. ¿Cómo se llama? Savage Skulls. I knew Malo. I knew Comanche. I knew Flacco. I knew. It's like it's kind of weird, man. You get caught up in an environment where you know people that were heads of whatever. The Spanish Devils were on I think Brook Avenue, Willis Avenue or Brook Avenue, and I knew them. They hung out with me, and we broke night and get high and all that crazy stuff. So I just, throwing that out there. If any of you guys were part of that gang, man, let me know. Ya tú sabes, este santo aquí, Santo Alam. And vamos a echar para adelante. Peace. Ya tú sabes.